And if they pay another legislation that they can pay the disabled less than minimum wage.
What is that legislation called?
The Fair Labor Standards Act is what allowed it in the first place. But the Workforce Investment Act, which is debated by the Health, Labor, and Pensions Committee, the Health Committee, they are adding to Title V, which is the Title V is basically what people know as the Rehabilitation Act. They're trying to add a new section to that where it will suddenly become acceptable to close a person's book rehab case, where they get the training and stuff to go to work, and call them gainfully employed if you put them in a sheltered workshop for $1 an hour. That will be considered gainful employment. They can close the case, move on, and yet the person who is now placed in this position still has not enough to live on. They're sitting there collecting their disability check every month, trying to live on $700 a month, living in subsidized housing. I mean, basically the taxpayers are paying for it. And, the excuse why we can't pay them more is they'll lose their benefit. I'd like to lose my benefit,
What it does is it will keep the disabled at a disadvantage instead of trying to help us get on the same playing field
Right.
in the economic world.
And then there's the question of fraud and abuse. There is a lot of fraud and abuse when it comes to these sheltered workshops. There's only a 2-year statute of limitations. And so what ends up happening is people get paid whatever the sheltered workshop thinks that they deserve for their work, and then the government comes in and audits, but they can only audit about 2% of the sheltered workshops a year. And every time they find those workers haven't been paid, even by the standards of sub-minimum wages, a fair wage for fair work.
Right.
So then they say, well, you owe them all this back pay, but it's more than 2 years, so never mind.
Yeah. So they're giving them the pass. And it's happening here in the United States. And we talk about third world countries are paying their people less than minimum wage and 80 cents an hour and $1.25 an hour. But we're doing even worse right here in the United States of America.
So what do you want to say to Senator Jeff Merkley?
We want him to take an open stand in Congress against this bill. He has neglected to take a stance at all. He's closed-mouthed. So we're under the impression if you're not for us, you are against us. You're siding with those constituents that have greased your pockets to put you in a place to give them favors for big business. And this is supposed to be a fair-minded Democrat senator.
This bill's in committee.
He is not acting like he is for the poor or the people or the needy. We just want him to openly make a stand against this in Congress. What we put him there for, to stand up for people that cannot fight for themselves. He's our representative. Represent us. Represent all the people. Don't just represent some of the people, some of the time. Represent all of the people, all of the time. That's what we're after.
That's right.
The thing is, this bill is in committee. Jeff Merkley sits on the Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee, where this bill is sitting. Jeff Merkley could say, I will not let this bill out of committee, and it wouldn't get out of committee.
Yeah, it would die in committee, and that would be great.
And of course, they don't want it to die in committee, so they could remove this thing that's going to make it suddenly very acceptable to, continue this minimum wage thing. They couldn't stop it.
So who does this bill benefit?
It benefits manufacturers that are hiring the disabled to pay them sub-minimum wage. And what they will do, they will expand it like they always do on bills to a broader scope. Now, since they're able to pay the disabled sub-minimum wage, guess what? They'll be able to also put in another sub-clause, just like they're doing right now, to pay those that are in retirement, that are coming out of retirement, to try to make a little bit more money. Well, they don't have to pay them minimum wage either.
So this is not just about people with disabilities.
Actually, it's like really hate this because union workers keep talking about how their jobs are being outsourced to other countries. Well, at least some of those jobs are being outsourced right here to disabled people, making, working the same way the union person would work, and they're being paid, a few cents per medical plan here in Portland. It was not so terribly long ago that the Oregon Industry Food Line had 75 million in a year, and something like that. 150 employees. They weren't getting any wage. I can tell you, the director of the workshop, the directors of the sheltered workshop, mostly nonprofit organizations, have six-figure income.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Our pleasure.
I'm Jim's friend. Oh. We're going.